All right, welcome to Indianapolis. Now if you look in the background there, that's the Lucas Oil Stadium. That's where the home of the 2012 Super Bowl is going to be. And whether you're coming here for the Super Bowl or if you're coming for just to have a good time in Indianapolis, you need to have a place to have some fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that as our focal point to give us the starting place on how we get around so easily here in Indianapolis. And we're going to cover four streets. Meridian, Illinois, Washington, and Maryland. And what they do is Illinois and Michigan are north-south streets, and the Washington and Maryland are crisscross the street. So it looks like a tic-tac-toe board. So to show you how easy it is to get around here, I'm going to run the whole thing and tell you where everything's going to be. So we're going to start here at Lucas Oil Stadium, and we're going to head east to Meridian. All right? So let's get started. Ha-ha! And here he is. Now what he's pulling up next to is the oldest bar in Indianapolis, the Slippery Noodle. Slippery Noodle is blues, man. It's excellent blues. So it's got a whole bunch of different beers, a whole bunch of different tequilas, all kinds of stuff to get you started and entertain you with some of the best blues you'll ever hear. National acts and local acts, you know, all mixed together. So now we're going to go down here. Bartinis is coming up. As we run down here, we're going to be catching up with Bartini's Premier Martini Lounge. Now we're crossing under a railroad track bridge right now, which is just makes it even more colorful. So we're at the bottom of Meridian and South Street, and Bartini's is what we're going by right now. Now just a little bit further, we're going to be coming across another place that you're going to like. I'm going to run in the street just because I can. So this is just how easy it is to get around here. You're going to see some cars trafficking around, but don't worry, I'm a professional. So right past the FedEx truck is Cadillac Ranch. Now you may not be able to see it, but you'll get a glimpse of it right here, right there. All right, Cadillac Ranch and El Rodeo right across the street from Crackers Comedy Club. Crackers Comedy Club has been around for a long time. National acts come here all the time, and they perform right there. Okay, on the right side of the screen, actually let's say left side of the screen, Claddagh Irish Pub is right across the street from several things. The Ice Lounge and Sushi on the Rocks, along with Tiki Bob's Cantina and Sensu. That's all on the right side of your screen there. Okay, we're gonna pass by the cute little boutique hotel of Homewood Suites on the right. And now you'll start to see Old Spaghetti Factory. Great fun place, lots of family dining. And then we're coming up from Kilroy's Pub. Kilroy's Pub started out down in Bloomington, Indiana, where Indiana University is, but now it's up here in Indianapolis, so it's a lot of fun. Now we're coming up to Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery, right on the corner of Washington Street and Georgia. So now, on the left side of the screen, you'll see this big building. Looks like it's a combination of several things. It's the Simon Mall. That's where you're going to be able to do all kinds of shopping and all kinds of finding the things you want while you're here. Great stores in there. And just as a little sidebar, there's Krieg Brothers Religious Supplies. So if any of you need such things, this is the place to do it. Kind of dies out a little bit right here as we're pulling up to the Hampton Inn. Hampton Inn's another nice little boutique place. Actually, that's a chain place. All right, so now we're going to go through the light, and once we get through there, we're right on top on the right of the Hard Rock Cafe. Across from the Hard Rock Cafe, excellent seafood place, is Ocean Air. Fresh seafood, all kinds of great food, classy place. So if you're looking to impress somebody when you come to Indianapolis, Ocean Air is the place to be. So that brings us up to Washington Street. in just another, 100 yards or so, 25 yards. So we'll just kind of jog past that. See all the places that we went by already while I've run this. So piece of cake, you know, piece of cake. So now we're going to turn left on Washington Street. And we'll kind of halt here. And I want you to look to the right of the screen initially. And he's just about ready to make his turn. It's getting pretty out here now. The lights are coming up in all the places, so it's going to look really pretty. All right, so now we're looking at the right, called the Rock Bottom Brewery. So they make a lot of their own beers. You're going to get a lot of choices there. Now, and on the left here is still the Simon Circle Center Mall. Just on the edge of the Circle Center Mall, if I can catch up to our camera guy, I'm gonna have to speed up a little bit. And as we catch up to the camera guy, we're looking at Champ's Restaurant, a chain, but you know what? Sometimes people like the familiar things. You'll see the Indianapolis Colts Grill, and that's attached with Embassy Suites. And we'll cover another couple of things here. On the right here is the Indiana Repertory Theater, along with the Indiana Roof Ballroom. Excellent place to have big organizational events, corporate events and such. Okay. Oh, that's even fun the second time. Actually, it's got to be perfect timing, because as he rounds the corner, you're going to get a glimpse of the Whistle Stop Inn and the Ugly Monkey. Great little neighborhood pubby bars for here. And a little music to go along with the run. All right, now if you notice, we're going back under a bridge again. It's the same one that we went under on Meridian, which is just over on that side. And this is all part of Central Station. It used to be a fun place. I used to pick my grandmother up from here when she came in from Chicago. And we should be coming out of it here in just a couple minutes. And I see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, so now most everything is going to be on the right side of your screen. You're looking at Pan Am Plaza on the left of your screen, and it takes up pretty much of this block. Now we're coming up on the Omni Severn Hotel. Omni Severn Hotel is relatively new to the area, but it's got a place called Olives. So it's a nice little intimate place for your buds to get together and just kind of kick back. But I'm sure you can make it whatever you want. Okay, so now we're entering the intersection of Illinois and Georgia. And right here on the corner is a new place for Indianapolis, run locally, called Harry and Izzy's. Excellent steaks, excellent seafood, good downtown style service. You'll love it here. Oh, on the left, Mikado Japanese Sushi Restaurant. Fun stuff. Coming up on the left is the Ram Restaurant and Brewery, another microbrewery for you. Now, just like we started out with the oldest bar in town, we're starting out with St. Elmo's. St. Elmo's is like really some of the top-notch steak places in town. Been here forever, as have, you know, a lot of good places, but that one, definitely when you go there, you want to get their shrimp cocktail. And of course, Steak and Shake when there's nothing else open. But I'm thinking when you come to town for the Super Bowl, it's going to stay busy for you. So we're taking a little break while the lights change, and we're off again. On the corner here, Palomino Grill. This place is beautiful inside, you know, and I think it's a chain, but still, you know, you won't go wrong by entertaining your guests here. Sneaking up on a little coffee and bagel place, it's all over the country, is Einstein Brothers Bagels. Now, another great place that I'm sure all of you have experienced before is Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Classy place, You'll never go wrong entertaining the guests you want to impress at Ruth's Chris. And again, we're here on Illinois Street, coming up to Washington Street. We're going to go ahead and cross Washington Street this time and head a little bit further north to catch a few other people or a few other places. So I'm going to pick up my pace so the traffic doesn't have to start honking at my cameraman, Jim. All right, we're all going to make it. On the left, you'll see Panera Bread. Coming up on the right is Tastings, the wine bar, and the alcove. Those are connected to the Conrad Hotel. Classy place. On the left, you'll see the Weber Grill. Great steaks, great burgers. And if you want to entertain a family of people, of course, you probably already know Buca di Beppo is the place to accomplish that. Huge amounts of food, family-style service. So here we are at the top of Illinois. At the top of Illinois, and now we're at Market Street. So we're going to turn through, and the next thing you're going to see is the circle. And you'll see some familiar places. One of our radio stations is right here on the circle, so you can actually look in the windows and watch the DJs doing their work. Plus it keeps them awake, so they can't pull any pranksters. I'm looking in at them right now. Can you see them in there? WIBC is Talk Radio Indiana. And the other one that's attached to it, I don't know what they do. All right, so now we're on Maryland Street. There's just a couple of places here. 14 West is steaks and seafood. So classy place inside. Looks pretty cool. All right, then if you need tickets for stuff, Circle Center tickets or Circle City tickets, whatever their name is. Okay, so now we're gonna just kind of pause here and we find ourselves back at Meridian. Now you don't see this because the camera's shooting off to the left and the right. And camera car's pulling up, and we're coming up on the Wild Beaver Saloon. That's where girls dancing on bars, singing rock and roll, singing country songs. Just a cool place. Cool stuff going on inside the Wild Beaver Saloon. Okay, so on the left here is over there, Fogo de Chao. It's a Brazilian steak place. So what they do is they charge you one price and you get all kinds of different meats and everything just brought to your table, and you just put your little tent up there and it says, bring me more. Okay, so the Pita Pit, and we just passed the Adoba Tequila Bar over here on the left. And now we're gonna cross over Pennsylvania, so we got a little bit west of Meridian. And of course, 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts. Who doesn't need that after a nice long day? All right, so it's quitting time here in Indianapolis. All right, and here all right, so that brings us back to another, the tour is all over now. Wasn't that easy to get around in Indianapolis? I mean, I ran, well, virtually the whole thing, except for the time where I was sitting in the car on occasion and where we got to see the circle in the background. So we're just letting you know that Indianapolis is a fun place to be. There's plenty of restaurants, plenty of food and drink for you to enjoy and impress your friends with while you're here for the Super Bowl of 2012 or for any other reason that you might be coming to Indianapolis. So this has been Neal McConochie with Off the Grid, Geiman Brothers Records, and Glass Eye Group Productions, and we are so glad that you joined us on this, and we look forward to having you here right here in Indianapolis. Okay, we're on it. How convenient it is to get through here. I was just off camera a little bit.